Hey, Corum.
Yeah.
You were talking about John Wick last week.
Hmm.
Well, do you know the blind guy in there? Not to do
Yeah.
spoilers, but I mean that's that. I mean he was in the trailer. I'm pretty sure. Donnie Yen played that character,
Hmm.
and the Oscars they want to cancel him. Not the
Oh no.
Oscars, but they want to cancel his appearance at the Oscars because China,
China.
CCP.
China. China.
Banana Bear Show. Corum, yeah, they're trying to cancel this poor blind man.
This poor
That,
this look at the smuck look that this guy has. He's
yeah,
like, look how cool I am because I got this grin.
yeah, he does.
He looks like a villain. I'm not saying that because he's
Uh,
Asian. I said it because
well,
of that grin.
I
If you
mean,
smiled like that, you would be a villain in any show. So
so
just
apparently
be honest.
he came to the Oscars. He came up on stage to award what was it? The best song. It was between it was This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Song nominated for best original song. Well, there was a change.org petition calling for his removal from the Oscars because in an interview last month for John Wick 4, he showed support for the CCP, China. He's like, it's fine. I want to be a nationalist.
China.
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 You know, the guys
China.
that have internment camps for
China. No, to be completely honest, okay. Let me. Can I douse my cards over here, or show my deck?
sure.
Not my. Not my. Not
Not
that. My
not not
deck.
the not the big D, but the little D.
Well, they're
Or
both
wait,
little.
which one's which?
They're both little. I'm a very minute person.
Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let me show my cards here and
Okay.
say, okay, so I'm against cancel culture, right?
Yes.
And I know it's like, oh, I'm American. You know, Chinese government, they suck. Fuck them. But I, I'm against this him being canceled.
Right.
He has the right to say whatever fuck he wants
Yep.
because in America there's this thing called Constitution and Bill of Rights and stuff
Free speech.
and free speech. Although I disagree with this speech,
Yeah.
like wholeheartedly, I think the Chinese government and how they run this stuff is evil as shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this shit caused Corona, like
Yeah.
all this other crap.
Yep.
They're very pig-minded. They put people in camps.
Yep.
But guess what? Our founding fathers and people that you know, uh, went to war, fought for this great freedom
Yep.
is to everybody. So even people that disagree with our government, they're allowed to speak their mind, and
Yeah.
therefore he shouldn't be canceled.
No.
I mean, I would have want people to debate and disagree with him
Right.
and have this thing called a conversation. I know a lot of people don't do that anymore.
No. We
It's when two
argue. We
people it's when two
argue.
people talk
Yeah.
in a civilized fashion to talk about a thing that they agree or disagree with and
Yeah.
try to find common ground. A
Yes.
lot of times that doesn't happen,
No.
but yet they're both more well informed of where both sides feel and why they feel that way. And maybe something called compassion would be shown that a lot of people have forgotten that.
Yeah. People don't understand that anymore.
They're like, what's compassion? Fuck you, you dirty red head person. I don't know. Just think of
So
other slangs.
So specifically, what he said was he came out to condemn the 2019 Hong Kong protesters in this interview. It wasn't a protest, okay? It was a riot, is what he said. He told GQ that. Um, he also went on. He's like, "I'm allowed to love my own culture, love my own country. Why can I not be patriotic? This whole online cyberbullying cancel culture has got to stop. You can't own somebody's thoughts, and you want to silence them. It's totally hypocrites.
They're total
Hypocritical?
hypocrites.
I don't know.
It's hypocritical.
Maybe he doesn't speak
It should
English
be
very well, but
hypocrisy,
yeah, yeah.
right?
That's yeah. Um, so yeah, I actually agree with this. I believe he should be able to say what he wants to say without getting canceled. Um, he was at the Oscars. He can go to the Oscars. That's not going to stop me from coming on this video and saying what he's saying is stupid. Uh,
Um, I can I interject
Go
again
ahead.
by
Yeah.
saying, um, now if I debated this guy, he's like, oh, China number one, and I'm like, nay, nay, America number one.
Yes.
Both we look like xenophobic assholes, but we're not. We're just
No.
debating.
Yeah.
I would say I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I'm allowed to actually, and
Hmm?
in your country, you're not,
Right. If you
because my
disagree,
viewpoint, if I said that while living in China, I would get killed.
yeah.
If you said your shit in my country, you don't. That's
Right.
why I don't know. And I understand what he's talking about because he's a Chinese citizen, I think, still, and he's just in the world's eye because he's talking about. Let's be honest, the bad guy right now in the world. A lot of people are considering that to be China.
Yeah.
Um,
China and
because
Russia.
mostly China.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Russia too.
Yeah. They're
But
about
like,
equal at this point, I think.
yeah, but like they're the bad guys. You know, we're considered bad guys too to some other countries.
Yeah. It's all
But
about
like,
perspective.
but he's using the world platform of the internet, and he's getting all this backlash, and all these like people that think they're liberals, and they like helping the people out, and they're really not. They're literally extremely pig-headed. Uh, what would you call it?
They
The
are the
opposite of that.
the least accepting of everyone in America, typically.
Sheep. They're
Yes. Sheeple.
they're dem sheeps. I think that's a cool name to dem sheeps.
Yeah.
If you don't follow the sheep flock, you're evil, and whatever type of group Nazis you're gonna be. You're a Nazi now. But all of the dem sheeps are socialists, which is funny because socialists
What
were
I
Nazis.
what I think is hilarious, just to go off what you said, is they generalize all conservatives and anybody who speaks out against them. They're like, "Oh, you're a Nazi for believing that." It's like, hold on, hold on, hold on. You want us to be inclusive of everybody and validate everybody on your side. Like, we want to include, trans people and this people and these people. But whenever you come and talk about us, you generalize us all in one big thing as Nazis because we don't agree with what you say.
No, it's like hate speech. When you talk about their whole shit, it's hate speech when you just speak the facts that
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, no country that's ever used socialism has worked. That's one. Or like, let's say those bills about like the kids doing the trans thing, uh, you know, at a young age. There's no data, but they say there's data. They're
Yeah.
lying. There's no data.
Yeah,
This is new.
they pull these studies that's like somebody did once on a small group of people that
In a
they
study between me and my friends, you're wrong. We put that online, so it's an actual study. I
yeah.
have a study too. Out of everybody I've ever interviewed, you're dumb. Like,
I have a study. I'm gonna go back to Avatar. Still, that new Avatar movie. I have still not met somebody who's seen it.
I met people that said they were going to see it. I
I've still yet to meet somebody who said I saw this movie.
It's world changing. I love the fact that everyone that did see it, they're like, fucking 2.5 hours of nothing. There's 2.5 hours of nothing.
Of
And I'm like,
water.
what did you fucking expect? It's fucking Avatar. There's barely a story in there. And when you did see the story, Dances with Wolves, it's the same fucking story over and over again. And it's just with cool CG and blue people.
Blue people. Uh, blue people, blue hair people.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, I did find out a big difference in what unatanium. That was the thing that they were going for in the original one.
Yes.
Never mentioned the damn shit again. It's all about going to that planet and terraforming it because of global warming happening to ours.
Oh,
I'm like, wow, you went to fucking global. You are a dick, Cameron.
yeah,
How's your future gonna happen with the robots if global warming's a thing, dummy?
yeah, stupid. But yeah, back to Donnie here. I don't believe in cancel culture. I never have. I feel like it's the most stupid thing. You let people talk and then you speak out against them. That is what we should do. Because there's going to be stupid people that say stupid things all the time. When you get into these things where you start telling people you're wrong, you can't speak because you're wrong, you start it. Whoever has that power can hide the truth.
Also,
They can craft a narrative.
also, uh, the blowback from this. Anytime you hear no, you can't. Your new generation is the ones that say, "Oh yes, we can." They are making the most. I'm not. I'm saying that this has to be it.
Okay.
Um, the next generation is going to be the most conservative generation
Yeah.
there has ever been because the cool thing to do is being woke. Nobody liked hippies, and then what happened out of the hippies? You had disco, which
Right.
was more conservative version of hippies, and then after that, those were more conservative. So you got the metal thrash punk scene,
Yeah.
and then just developed into anarchy, and then now we're on the woke shit, and it's gonna
Well,
just turn back. It's
if you look at society as a whole, like specifically talking about the U.S., so if you go back, there we started out as very conservative. We were
Are you talking
religious
about
people coming over here.
crazy like the pagans
No, no,
like
no.
around like when
I'm
we were
just
coming to America?
yes and no. Just in general, it
Witchcraft they thought was real.
right. But I'm saying like it's this constant push and pull. That's why we have two sides. That's why we have Democrats and Republicans, because there's this constant push and pull. Conservatives tend to be, you know, hey, we gotta go more like morals and stuff like this, where Democrats have kind of pushed to be more okay. We need more freedoms. We need to make sure everybody's equal, has equal rights, which can be good in theory, both ways. You got to have both. The thing that happens is the conservatives, the Republicans, got into a push where it was like, okay, video games is evil, and they had a lot of bad takes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that turned a lot of youth, like you said, to like, oh, well, I think video games are okay.
That
Uh,
means everything that they're saying is wrong.
yeah, Democrats. What you got? Oh, you think they're stupid? Okay, let's go with you for a little bit. Guns are stupid, sure, whatever.
Well, no, it's all right. So Democrats, I believe, like how I since I've been alive, 30, 6 years.
Uh huh.
Um, the Republicans have always been Southern, racial. This is how it was told to me. Democrats are more uh, urban, more government help,
Right.
and Republicans rich. The rich people like them.
Yeah.
So you're more stick up your ass. The other one does drugs. So like the two different people, you're like you don't want to be either.
Yeah.
But uh, but when you get older, you realize that like in a nutshell, uh, one is for federal government,
Mm-hmm.
restricting certain things, and Republicans are more state legislation and leave us alone. The winners want to stay winning with the money, and the Democratic area is like, no, that's not fair. We should be all equal. So they've always had a sense of like socialism, like try to help people, give them another rank on the ladder, so they could keep going up the thing, which morally is right, but also you're taking those rungs from other people
Yeah.
that may have worked harder.
Yeah. It's
South Park did a
morally.
great episode of this too recently with Butters busting his ass and Cartman saying, "Oh, I deserve a job," and then he gets a job, and then he doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
He needs a wellness day, and like they're taking his money to make this own thing, and like one's busting their ass, the other one's doesn't even know how to work.
Yeah, it's it's
Uh,
it's morally right to help somebody if they're going to help themselves eventually.
yeah, teach a guy to fish, not give him a fish.
Yeah,
But like they're both wrong and right at the same time.
right.
And the Democrats, and it's got worse because Democrats feel like they're on like a moral high ground. They are
Yep.
right. And
Yes.
in a nutshell, everyone should be happy.
Yeah.
It's the America, live the American dream. But when they're not realizing that they're stepping on other people's
Mm-hmm.
like happiness for their own
Yeah.
and not using logic or the right side, like, oh, what, Elon Musk should pay for all the taxes. Oh, really? That seems like everything he's done was for you.
Yeah.
You didn't do shit. But then everyone else is like, but he had more opportunity. Did he? An autistic dude. Uh, made PayPal and all that crap. Yeah, so many opportunities. He has four different other things.
Yeah. He
Like
he had opportunity, but he also worked very, very hard at everything he's done.
people, the ones that are complaining, saying that that they're being stepped on, usually don't even do anything to like, all right, you're not being stepped on. What now? They'll just say, oh, this guy's stepping on me now.
They want to be constant victims. Yeah.
And the problem is, like, I live in Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the whole like diverse thing. There's nowhere else more diverse than here, probably.
Right.
I like being black is more normal than being white.
Right.
Um, However, I talk to people and they think the same thing of that they're being tied down. But I bring up a couple facts like, hey, did you have a dad? No. And then, I have a couple of friends that are black that had dead moms.
Yeah.
They got out of bad situations. They're doing better than I am.
Right.
It's it's just when you have that victim mentality, you already lost. You can't
Yep.
win. If I'm like, I thought that way when I was younger. Like, oh man, I've always been lower class.
Right.
I can't get out of this. But it just sucks because when you start realizing that you're not, it's a little later in life. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, if I knew this 10 years ago, I would have been fucking like, I would have known to get a credit card to build credit so I could buy a house.
Yep.
So I'm not a ghost when I go for that.
Yeah.
Or better yet, I invest my money in certain bonds. I may lose on some, but the money you're putting away is like go away money. If you lose it, it's fine. You're just gaining money then,
Right.
or certain interest stuff. Nobody teaches you this stuff. Doing your taxes. I just learned how to do that 2 years ago.
Wow.
Like, it's fucking stupid that people care about, oh, well, the white guy up the road, he has a better car than me. It's because he has white privilege. No, motherfuckers, because I work and I have to pay for it every fucking week.
Yep.
But you don't ask him, well, what's your job? Well, I don't got a job.
It,
Oh, I get unemployment. Oh, unemployment, huh? Like, I'm paying for that.
yeah.
They
The
don't. Some of them don't know where that comes from.
right. That they don't care, and they don't care. One last thing I want to throw in here, like there is one thing that can determine privilege, and that's wealth.
Yeah.
That
Why doesn't
that's
everybody say this?
yeah.
There's two groups: the ones with money and the ones without.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, real rich people, they'll give money, fuckloads of money to people
Mm-hmm.
because of tax write-offs. But also,
Yes.
they do that. The ones that just got money, fuck you, poor people. They're like that. They don't get it. The
Yeah.
ones that earned their money and did that stuff. There's a lot of different types of wealth, and like Trump, you may hate him for the shit he says, but the amount of money he has given out, um, it may be for his own personal gain,
Yeah.
but that money is still money.
Still helping people.
Yeah, it's like how many places did he build,
Mm-hmm.
like wellness shelters, like how much money he gave to the NAACP
Yep.
that have not come out and said thank you or anything like that ever since the agenda changed on him.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. It's people need to get their heads screwed
Al
on straight.
Sharpton loves it. Used to like, I love this man, and now he does this shit.
Yeah. It's all about allegiances and money and power and
But Joe
Joe
Biden's fine because he eats ice cream. and can't go up a fucking flight of stairs without fucking falling. But no, everything's fine, guys.
It's fine.
We don't talk about
it's
that.
fine.
And I'm saying this because, dude, nobody makes fun of him. Nobody. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, they're starting to. They're starting to on like SNL and stuff like that. They're starting to. 2 years in, they're starting to. And with that, guys, gonna end it. Go to YouTube, check us out at Banana Bear Show. Like, subscribe, share the video. We talked about Bob Iger leaving Disney and firing a bunch of people on his way out. Go watch that video. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.
Konnichiwa.